I'm a bit skeptical. Skeptical in the sense of that, do really people need it like in this way? Because from what I'm seeing is that it's really hard to implement it in some case. I'm seeing a little bit of a barrier. Not that it's just very accessible in a sense of you can create it and people follow after it. In my opinion, I just feel like it's a difficult barrier to reach. You can disagree or agree with that. That's absolutely fine. It's just my own opinion, and that's the only thing I'm expressing here right now. So whoever wants to start, whoever got the biggest idea to express it, you can start it. And yeah.
If you want to take a start, I believe that I agree with you, and this is the reason why our project connect two important parts: donation and marketplace. Just to give an example, to all subscribers of our no-profit organization involved, receive from TrustMeUp a welcome kit of 100 patience coin to use for purchasing products and services. So what we think that we ask to our user to make experience on our marketplace. After that, they can understand that donation is better because donation means rewarded in patient coin to use in the marketplace. So when I said that before the end of 2020, we believe to have average of 1 million user, I mean that before 2020, we'll give 100 million welcome kit to the subscriber of charity involved on our platform. So that they use this passion coin, make experience, and then can understand that donate is better.
Okay, I actually would agree. I think one of the most difficult problems with the marketplaces is not to actually build it, but to bring users to the platform. So you have to spend something or give them such a benefit that you bring it, because buyers will not come if there are no sellers, and vice versa, sellers will not come with no buyers. So you build it carefully, balancing supply and demand and growing it up. And for example, for us, that's exactly what we're doing. We're trying to attract the best doctors on the platform, so the centers will come looking for these doctors. And we try to make it attractive, not just, oh, here you find the best doctors, but also without technological benefits that we built into the system.
Works?
Yep, the last microphone. Yep,
Works?
check it.
Works?
Perfect.
Okay. Obviously, it's a big challenge, and I understand what you're saying. So I think on top of platforms of actual technology marketplace, it's a change in mindset for users. No, we are not used to be involved and engaged in this way with this sort of new data economy. No, so of course it's a big challenge, but I think that working properly with being transparent. Good communication and giving back value to users, they'll end up understanding that being engaged with these platforms is actually a very good thing. We are empowering the users to get back value on top of something that they've been doing for so many years, but they didn't know that there was value behind that. No, so of course a big challenge, but I think we're getting there, and there are a lot of different proposals out there, and we are creating this new data economy on top of these marketplaces. So it's and blockchain, and this tokenized world is allowing us to build that kind of stuff, no?
So, I mean, how to battle this barrier? What shall we do? I've heard some of the small answers regarding that we shall embrace it to the bigger public. That's right, we shall attract it. I mean, what's the actual barrier behind it? What stops from to getting to that audience? Attracting those clients. So where is that point? Is it more diplomatical point that you're like hands tied because of this, or is it rather because of the limited access to it? What's the reason? I mean, what's the biggest I would say counterpart in all of this story? Because for me, I'm amazed by the fact that it hasn't been developed that much yet. I'm going crazy about it, to be honest with you. You may not believe it, but I'm in a slight shock, and a good one, because I'm hearing this and I'm seeing the good solution. I'm just not getting why is it not implemented on a mass scale yet? Where is that anchor that is pulling it back? Or maybe not the anchor, but maybe what's stopping it? Where is that point?
Well, probably it's many things at the same time. No, it's about It's about understanding technology. It's about user experience. It's about how you design stuff. Probably, technology allows us to shift, business models completely. And blockchain is allowing to reshape the way in which we see certain business models that have been the same for 1 century. So of course, I think we're getting to the point which this is going to accelerate a lot, and but we have a big challenge explaining things, and making it, that the access to that technology is really, really simple. Right now, we have a big gap between what blockchain is capable of doing and people understanding it, and it's too complicated. I have to make it very close to daily stuff to do with our smartphones, so that people really get engaged into it.
Okay.
In general, any new technology takes a little bit of time to build out and develop and become prevalent. Even marketplaces, just in traditional sense, it took a long time for them to become acceptable. Like, people used to go to the store to buy stuff. Today, they feel absolutely comfortable going to eBay or any other marketplace to buy stuff. And I'm sure that with a period of time, the decentralized marketplaces, those that there is no single point of control, will also become popular, and we'll just think about those old archaic marketplaces as something from a very, very long past.
All right.
In our case, we are not a simple marketplace, because marketplace is the final link of our economy. The barrier is that nobody till today make a marketplace supporting donation activities. So we think that our unique selling proposition is this kind of revolution, and this is the reason why all of our relationship is go on this way to make barrier from us to the rest of the marketplace.
Yeah. Okay. As for me, what I'm saying is that, like, I like this kind of, a little bit informal communication, since I'm mostly, like, integrated into the topics as well. So I really want to participate as well, forming a part of the panel discussion. So for me, it's actually the question that, as I understand, the biggest difficulty is the attraction of people, right? So showing them, like, to express, how much of use they actually get by using this, instead of the traditional one. But what about the actual marketplaces? Like, how hard it is to convince, businesses work according to this? Like, from what I want to understand, where is the harder point, or what's the more difficult? Convince a business to work with this area, or rather, like, attract consumers to believe in this? Where is that draw point? Because I'm understanding that this is the blockchain, like, people have to understand. Because from now we have maybe like 5% of the overall image. Well, let's say general masses, right? Like, they have a clue about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin or something like this, and this is where the general knowledge finishes, But then you have somewhere outside boundaries which are crazy enough, like unexplored enough, and nobody actually talks about it. So the question here is that, is it hard to convince, marketplaces to work in this area? Like, are they the same type of, customers that don't want to go there, and you really have to dedicate time convincing them, or they're looking forward to, those type of changes? So what do you think?
Speaking about our model, we would like to give a very, very, very simple message. We won't speaking about too much about cryptocurrency, blockchain, and so on, but we would like to say, are you a donors? You make donation every day, every year. Okay, you can make it through our platform and receive back a simple token, like a voucher, like a discount, like whatever you want to be used for purchasing products and services. So your donation is at zero cost. So our mission is very easy, very simple for everybody around the world. This is the reason why we think to be able to involve a lot of users on our platform.
We actually, when we market the marketplace to customers, and the same to suppliers, we are less talking about technology and saying, oh, it's a blockchain, it's built on Ethereum, or hard fork Constantinople, whatever that is. That's something that we leave behind, and we highlight the benefits. Right. And the benefits are that, first of all, nobody will control your destiny. You come to this marketplace, you're in control. You're one of the participants, and you benefit from it a lot more than some company that's running the marketplace. We're talking about the fact that because of that, it's going to be cheaper for you to do it there. And cheaper people understand right away. Cheaper is very, very easy sell. And all you need to do is to show, yeah, that's cheaper, and that's better, it's faster, and that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about technology at all.
Okay. Okay.
I think it's about the users. We've been creating B2C products for many years, and onboarding users normally tends to be easy, very difficult to engage with them, and to have like really high retention rates. No. So my point of view is that very important to have a very good value proposition for users, that they understand what they're getting, because of participating in that marketplace. And if they participate, then the buyers are really kind of coming, absolutely sure. So I think it's more in the user side, new kind of, mindset, value proposition, and build value so that they understand very easily.
Okay. Okay. Usually I ask this question I think on each panel, but in your opinion, regarding your projects, as far as I'm concerned, we've seen already the roadmaps, or at least the projectile of how you expand, or how do you expect to expand later on, where to launch it. My question is more generalized regarding the area, just smart marketplaces in general. How long do you think how much time do we need to actually see it fully implemented? Because from what I'm seeing right now, these are like, the actual small, or I would say like the small percentage that is, striving to actually create something innovative. From the mass audience, it's not yet adopted that much, and it's coming towards it. I just want to see like a prediction, in your opinion, how much time do you think people need in general to get accustomed to this, to start actually using it, to understand it fully? Because right now, it's only, as I've said, it's a small percentage of people that actually know about this, or not even know about this, but they're actually eager to try it. So it's really complicated, to push it forward. So actual question is, how long do you think it will take? My take, I don't know, like my opinion, it'll take 3 to 5 years. But that's a very, I'd say, normal-ish approach. I think so. Maybe you have a different opinion, and I'll be glad to hear the different opinion, so please. So it's 3-5. Well, why 3-5? Why not early?
For it to like really grow, of course we're going to have people engaged in this kind of stuff starting from now, no? It's about creating the platforms. But like, fully mass adoption, as a normal thing, everybody participating in several specific niche marketplaces, it's going to take time.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I think the more narrow is the niche, the faster the adoption will be, because these are people focusing more on the specific benefits. So in our projection that we show investors, we're talking about getting like 30% of US radiology volume in 3 years. It's pretty aggressive, but I think we'll get there.
Yeah. Because that's, sorry for not, like finishing up, but I just highlighted how much, passion I have in this. Like for me, actually got my attention, from everything else as well. But this one is an important thing. I think that it's one of the most logical things to be actually implemented, and some of the craziest things that you ask yourself, why is it not implemented yet?
Agreed.
This is why I'm acting more of a like a regular customer that really wants to see this, and these why I'm just pushing these questions, to find out more, because this is what like intrigues me, that much.
We're doing as much as possible. Trust us.
Thank you. Yes, Angelo.
Okay, it's not easy to answer to your question, because we are 3 different marketplaces, and rules of the market where we go is a little bit different. Of course, more than 1 year, of course, less than 5 years. But speaking about me, our driver are the donor subscriber to the association. Just to give an example, last week we make an agreement with an association with 705,000 subscribers. So experience is the driver. If we give the possibility to these subscribers to make their experience on our marketplace without cost, just with benefit, probably we can reduce timing to market.
All right. That is great. That is great. Gentlemen, I have no further questions. I think I've pressed so many questions right now. I feel right now satisfied with everything. You know, I'm just waiting on those. You know, I'm just waiting on that time to see you. You know, like already shining in the business. That's the only thing I'm wishing for. Like, that's the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, and please a round of applause for their opinion and a crazily panel discussion. So yes.